Well, it seems Spock decided to take Uhura and Mr. Sulu on a little road trip. Well, space trip, I guess. Well, there already is, but never mind. Anyway, they're in the space shuttle Copernicus, I think, which is a pretty snazzy-looking version of the shuttle that you saw in the regular show, because, you know, the little box on the little nacelles is about all they could do, which wasn't bad. It looked pretty cool, actually. Which was interesting because the reason they did the transporters because, boy, filming them getting in a shuttle and landing on a planet is too expensive. They ended up doing it anyway. Well, what are you going to do? But with the cartooning, do anything, any kind of designs you want. And so they have different designs of shuttles, and they even had the Aqua Shuttle, you know, cool stuff like that. They actually had an even cooler design for the shuttle way back when, but that would have proven to be too expensive to do, I imagine. But you can look it up online and stuff. Some people have even made depictions of it to make it look realistic. I don't suppose anyone actually built the thing, but anyway, that's the deal on the shuttle. So they're cruising along, going to I don't know, I guess a starbase or something, because they found a stasis box, which is a rare artifact of slaver culture. What an inviting name to a culture. But they're extinct now. So this is one of these things where they're referring to an ancient galactic society that happened, but there's every now and then you can find some relics to it. Certainly Next Generation delved into this stuff. There was that episode where they got stuck with this. They found an intact spaceship from a lost society. And they, oh wow, well, if we could get that, that would be cool. And it turned out to be a trap and all that. And then the whole thing about finding out that there was a common ancestor amongst the humans and Romulans and Klingons and all that. Anyway, so here they found this stasis box, and they're very rare and all that, so they're going to hand it over to the starbase when suddenly they detect the signal of yet another stasis box, because only a stasis box can signal a stasis box. So they follow it to its source, and surprise, it's a trap by the Kzinti, the cat people. That's what I'm going to... Cat people with sort of, I don't know, dragon ears. And they're just ruthless. And they only respect meat eaters, so they don't respect Spock. And they don't respect Uhura because in their society, females are extremely stupid, and so they don't. They're very misogynist, patriarchal society, you know, and so Sulu's the only one they really want to talk to. But then Spock, before they, because some of their species can read minds, and so they got a mind reader among their crew. And Spock tells him for Sulu to think about only the vegetable forms of food. So when the mind reader reads his mind, even though they see him as a carnivore, a meat eater, he keeps getting sensations of eating fruit and vegetables and stuff, so it makes him sick. Anyway, the box that they have, which is just a box, the kitty cats open it up, and there is this device in there. And it's a weapon, but it can change shape and form depending on what setting you have, and it does a few things. So they're trying to test it, so they decided to test it on the Enterprise crew, you know. But for the most part, it seems to be doing rather simple things, nothing lethal or whatnot. And of course, well, they fight. Uhura tries to escape, stuff like that. And then Spock and Sulu get their hands on it, and they discover that it can fire off a nuclear explosion. So, oops, oh, that's not good, and so on and so forth. So, they managed to outfox them to where the kitty cats inadvertently destroy themselves using the weapon, which destroys the weapon as well. And Spock, of course, got the better of him because, well, he's Spock, you know, he's always going to outsmart you. And And so it's actually not bad. It's actually a pretty good, interesting episode about how they go through the nature of this, and of course, just there's always the cool possibilities of them exploring other things that might have been. It expands the narrative of Star Trek and whatnot, provided it's pursued upon. I don't know that it has. I can't recall if there's any callbacks within Next Generation when they were doing this. So, because I'll get to that when I rewatch that series. But the other interesting thing is that they've already established this, and I guess it's just they didn't want to waste the time to draw spacesuits on them. I don't know. But they keep going where they just have these belts that produces a force field around them so they can exist in areas that might be toxic or don't have a breathable atmosphere or something like that. So that's the only thing I can think of is that it's just a cheap way to do that. While the kitty cats, well, they had helmets on. It's just like a fishbowl, but still. Anywho, there we go. The slaver weapon, and that's pretty much all it was about. And then they ended on a little tee-hee joke as they were leaving in the snazzy shuttle. But still, it was a pretty good episode for the animated series.